Good evening, my name is Arlene Herson. The name of the show is Getting to Know You, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Tonight we're going to get to know a master storyteller, a man who weaves music and lyrics to tell moving stories of love, life, heartbreak, and despair. An international superstar, he will be the first to tell you that he was not loved by audiences in his first 10 years in show business. In fact, he was booed and forced off the stage on many occasions. He lived in third-rate hotels and was often broke and hungry. Today, he is one of the most sought-after entertainers in the world, a songwriter, singer, and actor. He has written over 1,000 songs, starred in many movies, and consistently gets standing ovations for his nightclub and concert performances. He is Charles Aznavour, and let's get to know him right after these messages, so please stay right there. We're back with my guest, Charles Aznavour, and we're here in New York City at the Park and Meridian Hotel. Thank you very much for being here as a guest on my show. I'm delighted, especially after seeing you perform. I'm delighted to have this opportunity to talk to you. But you are so popular. I saw the standing ovations. You were at Atlantic City recently at the Atlantis Hotel. The audience loved you. You are so popular now. I find it hard to believe, as I mentioned in the introduction, that in the beginning you were actually booed off the stage, that the audiences didn't react to you. What changed?
The voice. They took the habit of the voice. They took the habit of the way I'm expressing myself in songs. I think, and the other thing is that now the stature for an actor, for a singer, is different. Before you had to be tall and maybe blonde or handsome anyway, and there were very stereotyped star thing in the world, and especially in Europe. But all that has changed, fortunately.
Okay, so what you're saying is, really, you haven't changed. What we look for in a star has changed. Is that
yes,
what you think?
That's it. Of course, I've changed during the year after that. I matured. But I haven't changed, really. Basically, I haven't changed. I'm the same one.
How do you get the courage to go back on the stage when the audience has been so cruel to you?
It was not the courage. I think I was determined. I knew that there was another way to express myself, to express in songs. I knew that they were wrong, and I didn't know that if I had the talent or not, but I knew I was right. Maybe only as a newspaper man I was right, you know. Maybe only as a writer, but I was absolutely sure to be right.
Yeah, well, obviously you've proven you are right, and you were right then, but I think maybe some of the support you got from your family. I understand you had a very, very close family, sure, but
yes.
That's what gave you the support.
Oh yes, my father and my mother, they didn't say I was right. They used to say, you want to do it, do it.
Yeah.
That was much more important, you know.
Right. A little background on your parents. I know that they were both performers.
My mother was an actress, my father was a singer, an actor too. They used to tour another part of the world, of course. Their French was shaky. They couldn't act in France, but every week in a small theaters they used to rent and play for the Armenians. But I've been raised in that background, only actors and singers, but frustrated because they couldn't act. Only in one of my movies I had one of the actors who came for a big part once. It was an overnight success, but he died a few weeks after.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Wow, okay. Your sister is also, or was also a performer.
She was, yes. She quit when she married with a composer with whom I work very often, and saying that one performer in the family is enough, or else they're going to be not together always, you know.
Right, one successful performer in the family. Your family, again, you grew up in Paris during World War II.
Yeah.
Your family, aside from being so supportive of you, were really supportive of a lot of other people as well. You grew up during World War II, a difficult time for the world, an even more difficult time for the Jews. Your family hid Jewish people and Russians in their apartments.
Yes, we never talk about that. I think that was the past. We've done what people had to do in those days, you know. While they help people, they have been in the underground, and they have never asked anything after that. I think it was, in some difficult moment, if you don't help the human people around you, you're nobody. And my parents were very soft and very nice, and they helping was part of their heritage.
Yeah, well, they certainly sound like very special people. Is it true that sometimes during World War II, because of your nose, that sometimes you had to defend yourself, that people thought that you were Jewish?
Yes. Yeah, I had not this nose. You know, this nose has been done in America in 1950. And I was touring with a theatrical company, and because of my nose, they used to stop me each time and took me to the commandanture and saying, "You're Jewish?" "No, I'm not Jewish." So I had to come with a baptizing paper, and even though they never believed me.
That must have been awfully scary.
I was young. Nothing is scary when you're young.
No.
Everything is an adventure, you know.
Right. Okay, well, your nose, as you mentioned, that's not the nose you were born with. It's been fixed. What made you decide to have your nose changed?
Piaf.
Ah, Edith Piaf.
Yes, she was working at the Versailles, and one day she said, "Well, you better cut this nose." I said, "Well, I didn't want it, you know. It was my nose. I knew that nose. I knew myself with that nose." But finally, we decided. And at night, we went to a big restaurant there, have a good drink, and at 3 o'clock in the morning, she says, "I don't know if you have to do it." I say, "Too late, we have to do it," and I've done it.
Okay, well, it looks very nice. Your relationship with Edith Piaf, I read your autobiography, and she was a very, very strong influence on your life. And in reading your autobiography, not always a positive influence. How would you describe your relationship with Edith Piaf?
It's very difficult to describe that because I never been the lover of Piaf, and yet we were very much like people in love, you know, especially between loves. We used to go hand in hand and hugging and kissing, but never happened anything because I think nobody wants anything happening. But she was a great personality, and we had fight, and we had laugh, which is much better.
That's good. And you also lived together for a while.
I lived in her house for a few years, of course.
But never being lovers.
No, never.
That's interesting. Okay, well, obviously you haven't suffered in lovers in your life. You've been married 3 times.
Yes.
Aside from all the other women, but 3 times, 2, you told me, good marriages, 1 not so
Well, I
terrific
prefer to
marriage.
forget.
Right, okay. Now, with the kind of career you have, with traveling all over the world, you have 4 children now, the oldest 38, the youngest 7.
Yes.
Can you have a consistent family life, you know, time that you
Yes, because since I've been married, I refuse to have long-term engagement. That's finished, it's over. Only on summertime I accept long engagement because the family comes with me. Or else, every 15 days I go home and I stay a month with the family.
Okay.
Definitely.
Well, now the family, as I mentioned, your youngest is 7, your oldest is 38.
Yes. So I have 3 in Switzerland, and the 38 one lives in Fresno, California.
That is your daughter from your first marriage?
Yes.
You have an adopted son, I understand.
No, I don't have an adopted son.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
No.
One of the articles that I read said that shows you can't believe everything that you read.
I had a son which didn't have my name, but it was not adopted. But he died, unfortunately.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. How old was he when he died?
He was 25.
25?
Yes.
Why didn't he have your name?
Because I never married the girl. I knew her only 4 days. And, well, I adopted in the family the boy.
I see.
But I never, you know, in France the law didn't allow you to give your name as easily as that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was not important. The name is not important. It's the way you raise the children.
Absolutely. What did he die of?
We don't know.
You don't?
No.
Okay, well, now, not to put, you have a 7-year-old. What's it like to have a 7-year-old son at this time of your life?
Well, you're suddenly a young father. You know? I'm younger. And it's fantastic because the 7-year-old is totally different. He's completely blonde. He can be the son of Björn Berg, more than mine, you know, if you see him. But it's different, it's funny. But we have a great relationship because he's the latest one. So he's the only one we have in the house every day. And I'm afraid that one day he's gonna go out more and more, you know. The moment they reach 14, 15, they have friends, they go out, and you're lost alone at home. So I guess the grandchildren will be welcome.
Right, okay, you're right, they will be going out. When you were 14, 15, you were already performing, you were out, you You're already becoming a performer.
I'm going back from America on the 17th with my grandchild, one of my grandchild.
Uh-huh.
I have 2 grandchildren, and that one's going to come to France with us to learn French.
Well, where does he live now? He lives in America, so he doesn't
Fresno.
know French. Oh, he lives in Fresno.
I have 2
okay, that's from your
one
first
boy and
one.
one girl.
Right. Well, what a wonderful way to learn French. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to learn more about Charles Aznavour after we come back. We're speaking with Charles Aznavour. We're here at the Park Meridian Hotel in New York City. We'll be right back after these messages, so please stay right there. We're back. We're with my very special guest, Charles Aznavour, and we're here in New York City at the Park Meridian Hotel. We were talking, you know, you've had such a change in your life. Things are going so well for you. As we mentioned in the beginning, it wasn't so terrific. Now you have recognition, money, prestige. You've worked very hard for it. But I'd like to quote the first paragraph of your official bio and have your reaction to it, okay? Because I was astounded when I read it. Now I'm quoting. This is your first page. For 10 years, I was the most put down, the most demolished artist of my time. I was the man no one would accept on any stage. Directors, booking agents, record companies, editors, none of them wanted to hear about me. And furthermore, the audiences threw me off the stage after a couple of songs. No one liked my voice. Everyone knew I was ugly. I was always considered unable to act. They said I wrote lousy songs impossible to sing. Now that is only the first paragraph of the bio that you said you want to be known by. How do you feel about that now, looking back?
I don't really remember. I don't really remember the bad moments. I always try to keep in my mind what was good, or else you become, I think, bitter. And instead of becoming a charming old man, you can become the bad one, you know? And I rather prefer to forget that, because I think in life, everybody has a struggle when you start, you know. Well, longer or shorter, but in any business, it's difficult. So I had my black bread for the start, and I have the white bread today. So I just have to be happy and to say thanks to God and all my friends around me.
What a wonderful attitude. Speaking of friends, though, you know, there are lots of people around you in the good times. They want to pat you on the back. They want to be part of your glory. During the bad times, did you have friends? Were there people there that were supportive of you?
The bad time, the start?
Yeah.
Yes, I had.
Yeah.
I still have them.
That's important.
Because they were young like me, they were starting to, they had the struggle too, and well, they have established themselves in different areas, but I have those friends, and I had them at that moment, which was great, because in the bad moment, you had good time. We had good time. We had good laugh. We used to go out. We used to go in small cafe and having the wine for nothing.
Why for nothing?
Because they used to find us sympathetic.
Oh, I see. Okay, you poor guys, we'll give you some
in
wine.
Montmartre up there, you know.
Okay. So the old days of Montmartre really are true. The artists were
yes, we
supportive
had
of
a
each other.
good time. Struggle, difficult time, but good time among friends. We were young, but that's the most important.
Yeah, true. Okay, so many of the songs that you write today, you have written over 1,000 songs today. But your songs are not just songs, they're story. They're stories. You speak about heartbreak, you speak about despair, you speak about love.
About youth.
And youth.
The passing of time.
Okay.
Yes, because that's the most important of my themes.
Okay, are they all autobiographical? Are they the way you feel, the way your life
Not
is
exactly, but there is always autobiographic lines in it, and sentences and feelings. And I think I can catch what's happening outside now. I'm still very much down to earth. I'm still somebody who goes in the street. I'm still somebody who lives alone, and I have no big staff around me. I don't like it, because I have to know what's happening around me, in my time, in my world, and I have to know what's the vocabulary of the street. Very important. Because as you grow, as you go up, as much you forget what is happening down there. And a writer can't forget that. That's the end of the writer.
True. You have written, as I said, over 1,000 songs. Do you write every day?
I write a little every day, but I don't write something solid every day. I do not lost the ability of writing, which is important, because the day I have to frame a story, if I don't write every day, I won't be able to do it.
When you say frame a story, when you mention being out on the street, do you get ideas all the time from your everyday life, from the people that you meet?
No, I hear people talking, some lines, some words. Well, I don't know. It comes by itself. It's here, back in my mind, I guess. I do not try something. I think I have that facilities.
One of your most popular songs, and there are many, but there's one called Happy Anniversary. You talk about people that have been married 20 years. They're celebrating their anniversary. It's disaster. Her zipper breaks. Her dress falls apart.
I've seen that
they
so
arrive at the
often.
theater. You sing it so often, true, and it's one of your most well-known songs.
I've seen that often in life. I know friends arriving late saying, well, you know what happened, my wife or me, and she went to the freezer and something happened, it was burned, and she cries, and they're lovely, you know. It didn't happen to me, but it happened around me.
Ah, okay. So another song that you sing about a deaf, mute wife.
Yes.
Her husband loves her. He communicates only through sign language. When you sing that song, you seem to be using sign language.
Yes, I use it.
Where did
I learned it, especially for the song.
You did. And what prompted you to write that song?
Years ago, you know, I've seen, I guess, every movies of James Cagney. And years ago, I've seen Man with 1,000 Faces. You remember that movie? Yeah. Or he's coming from a family of deaf and mute people. And I had that in my mind for a long time. And for 10 years, I told myself, one day I have to write a song about deaf and mute people. And this is what happened with that song.
Ah, very tender. Okay. We want to learn more about you, but we're going to take another commercial break. We're speaking with Charles Aznavour, and we'll be right back after these messages, so please stay right there. We're back with my guest, Charles Aznavour. We were talking about your performing on stage, and seeing you on stage is very special. In Carnegie Hall, your performances are legendary. But you always wear black. Why, on stage?
I don't know. I think because I don't want anything distracting the public, the eyes of the public. I never have any watches or jewelry, nothing, all black. I think it's sort of ego. You're going to see me, not anything else, you know?
Okay, but years ago, I remember when you first came to New York and you started to make money, I heard that you made, all of your suits were tailor-made, and they were red, well, maybe not red, but
no, I had a jacket.
Flashy colors.
I had a jacket with flashy colors, yes. I used to have that for a long time. It was because I was traveling, and I was in Thailand once, and I saw beautiful material, so I'm going to bring that back and have a jacket made with that. And I had 37 jackets. I never wear 37, I wear only 3, and I give the others.
Okay, but now it's all black, but just on stage, obviously not off stage.
No, not off stage. I'm very colorful. I like colors.
Okay. You're also a movie star, in addition to being a songwriter and a singer.
Well, I'm not a movie star. I'm an actor.
Okay.
That's different.
And you've appeared in many films, but I hear, but you never sing in a film, and that you won't sing while doing a film.
Once only. Yes, maybe I will maybe sing in a film. We're talking right now with people in Atlanta for a movie, and I may sing in that one.
Well, why haven't you in the past? Have you purposely not sung?
Yes, because you know, you're typecast, you know, and if you sing, there will be a singer all your life. So I've always refused that, but I think now I can do it because they know I'm an actor.
Yeah, true. Okay, just when things were going well for you, going back again to when you were starting out, people were accepting Charles Aznavour as a singer, as a writer. You had a car accident. You broke both of your arms.
Yes.
Terrible. How did your life change after that accident?
Well, first of all, I was in my plaster. I started to work on the piano, write songs. And I always say, anything can happen, I'm going to succeed. To succeed in moving my arms. And one doctor says, we have to cut one arm. So I say, no way. Okay. So you fix it, this one is fixed, you will not cut. And I think it helped me because, you know, now when I have the arms like this, it's never straight. It's like holding somebody.
Okay, that was really scary, though, I would think.
Only 9 months.
Only 9 months.
9 months in the
Only
past.
9 months.
Only that. It's in the lifetime. It's not long. You know, I know people which have been drafted for 2 years. I've never been a soldier. You know, so 9 months in the past.
Okay.
At home.
I hear that you have a special weakness for shoes, cars, and American hot dogs.
The cars not anymore. The shoes, yes. The shoes is because during the war we had shoes with wooden, and my dream was to have nice leather shoes. So when the war was over, I bought shoes, and I still buy shoes.
Okay, 20 pairs at a time, I heard?
Ah, about
No?
that, yes.
Yes, okay. And but the first car that you bought, I heard you bought in the United States and you didn't even know how to drive.
No. I bought a Buick, a beautiful Buick. And I bought plenty of cars after that, but it's finished, it's over.
Okay,
But the hot
no
dogs
more.
is still, it's
Still, okay.
Yeah, still.
For Frenchmen, I heard that hot dogs, you know, those kind of things appeal to you more than a lavish meal. Is that true?
No, I like lavish meal.
Yeah, you do too.
But I like to eat in the street, you know. and I found out in New York, it's fantastic now, you can eat plenty of things. I had a shish kebab the other day in lavash bread with onion and everything. I love to eat in the street because I love to walk in the street, you know. I love to watch the people and to live the life they're living.
In France, when you walk in the street, you are certainly one of the most famous French performers. But years ago, when you started out, your songs were banned from French radio.
Yes.
Now, of course, they're the most popular. You have hits all the time. But